We begin by observing a deeply irritating phenomenon. Amberlynn Reid once again mistaking experiences most of us have had for tragic events unique to her. Yes, our £500 victim has contracted COVID, and she's determined that all of us must suffer alongside her. She starts by carefully listing every conceivable symptom she has: high fever, chills, body aches, nausea, delirium, effectively describing the flu symptoms experienced by millions worldwide. Yet, because it's Amberlynn, we must endure a performance worthy of an emergency broadcast. Her dramatization of mundane reality is both exhausting and predictably self-serving. And I still don't believe she's taking that dog outside multiple times a day. She expresses anxiety about live streaming while sick, not because she's genuinely concerned about her audience, but because the live stream might actually focus on her illness. Can you imagine that? A live stream about Amberlynn being about Amberlynn, the horror. As though the choice to overshare has ever truly been a struggle for her, though. What world would we be living if Amber went on a live stream and made it all about whatever she was going through at the time? That would never happen. She attempts to display self-awareness by acknowledging her privilege as someone working from home, compared to people with real jobs. Yet the humility rings hollow considering how quickly she's back to lamenting her own inconveniences in the same breath. Cameos to be filmed and members to be appeased. Predictably, she goes ahead with the live anyway, and here we have classic Amberlynn Reid, creating her own anxiety and reveling in her invented drama and immediately broadcasting it as content. She then claims that she cares deeply about not disappointing her audience. The sincerity here is suspect at best. We've seen this pattern before. Amber creates expectations, fails to meet them, and then cries victim when held accountable. Her shock at comments calling her unreliable is almost amusing, given that her entire career hinges on repeatedly breaking promises, plans, and schedules. On her live stream, she indulges in self-diagnosing narcissism, not because she genuinely seeks growth, but because it allows her to position herself as misunderstood rather than manipulative. She consults therapists to seek validation for the online criticism she's desperate to deny, but deep down she knows it's accurate. This is the content people pay her money for in live streams, though. Really? Hours and hours later, Amber marvels at her ability to forget her sickness during the live stream. Of course she did. For 2 hours she had attention, and attention is her medicine. Heals her faster than the Dayquil. Then, more dramatics. Amber describes her declining condition with an intensity suited for someone facing genuine peril. She claims that her cough is horrific and deeply painful, painting herself again as uniquely suffering rather than just another patient in a global pandemic. Amber even hints briefly at her oxygen level dropping, a detail clearly designed to escalate her viewers' concern rather than communicate reality. I'm not going to vlog today. Actually, I am. Why even keep that in? It's just more of her saying one thing and then doing something else. Despite the supposed grave state, she somehow manages to complete her taxes, play Mario Party, and engage online. She closes with bewilderment about how long it took her to contract COVID, as if the virus had personally slighted her by delaying its arrival. She ponders the possible infection sources: grandmother, stepdad, bingo stranger, anyone but herself, conveniently forgetting her own role in repeatedly risking exposure, considering she was so terrified of the virus. Amberlynn Reid's COVID experience isn't truly about illness. It's another calculated play for sympathy and validation. The relentless self-pity, the manufactured drama, and the strategic victimhood are painfully transparent. She weaponizes common human experiences into catastrophes designed solely to feed her insatiable need for attention. It's exhausting, it's repetitive, but it's exactly what we've come to expect from Amberlynn Reid. Her symptoms might fade, but the chronic condition of her narcissism remains tragically incurable. She remains remarkably consistent, consistently predictable, consistently performative, and consistently oblivious to how transparent her manipulations are. Her capacity to turn every inconvenience into a melodramatic spectacle suggests she'll probably milk this for as long as possible. I wonder how she continues to underestimate her audience's intelligence, even though she clearly knows we see through her tactics. Until next time.